Hey you guys, what's up? I hope you're having an awesome day. We are talking about a question today that I get all the time. I have clients, members of my group, you chatting with me here live. We talk about, how much should I be eating? How much is too much? Can you give me a specific number of calories to hit? I get these questions all the time, and I want to give you a straight, real answer on what you really need to be considering. I mean, how many times are you Googling and going on the internet and trying to figure out someone else's answer for what you should be eating? So I'm going to give you 3 things to consider today, which is going to make figuring out how much you should eat really easy. If we haven't met before, hey, my name is Sessa Shears. I'm a weight loss coach for women. My job is basically to take all the information out there, simplify it into what works, and help you find your unique weight loss strategy so that you're losing weight and feeling absolutely amazing about yourself. Now, you might be sitting here wondering, like, why does this matter to me? Why do I need to know how much I should be eating? Well, here's the deal. At the end of the day, if you are eating too many of the wrong things, you're not going to be going towards your goal. And I know you're like me. You probably just want to wake up in the morning and you want to feel confident. You want to feel good about yourself and you want to feel comfortable in your skin. You want that self-esteem and that sense of confidence to be that girl that you know you are on the inside. And that is something that is important to me, and I'm sure it's important to you too. And if you want to get there with your health goals and you want to learn how to go in the right steps, this matters. So let's talk about it today. The first question I need you to ask yourself is, am I getting results? If you are stepping on that scale, or you're doing your measurements or your photos, or whatever way you're measuring your progress, if you are, measuring and tracking and you're not getting where you want to go, this is the first question I like to ask ourselves. We like to ask, is there a possibility that I'm eating too much? And the answer might be yes. It might be no. It might have to do with the food choices. But that's the first question, because here's the funny thing. If you are getting results, keep doing what you're doing. That is one of my favorite things to tell my one-on-one clients inside my Body Smart coaching program. I love to tell them, don't change a thing. Do exactly what you're doing, because that means you found a winning formula. I find it really interesting how, we finally get on a roll. We find something that works and we're losing body fat and we're fitting into those old jeans again. And we're in such a rush to go and make another change because we want faster, bigger, and better results. Slow down. Ask yourself, am I getting the results I want? Because if you are, don't change a thing. There's no need to change anything until you're either at a successive 2, 3, or 4 week plateau, or you're gaining weight. So unless if you aren't achieving your goals, then it might be to consider that maybe you might be eating a little too much. The second question I want you to ask yourself, if you're trying to figure out if you are eating too much, is first, am I getting results? And second, am I being consistent? Because sometimes what happens is, we make these elaborate food plans for ourselves where we're going to eat, delicious salads with chicken and avocados and eggs and all of these. We make these great plans. And during the week, maybe we are eating a perfectly healthy amount of food. But then comes the weekend. And maybe, it starts off just being, this lunch was bigger than my usual lunch, which rolls into dinner, which might roll into a cheat week or a cheat weekend, and then everything falls apart. So you have to be able to say that you are consistent. You have to be able to say that you're consistent in order to truly evaluate if you're eating enough or too much. Because if you are not seeing results, then you have to ask yourself, how often am I doing what I said I'm going to be doing? And that little sneaky handful here and that bite here and tossing a little of the grated cheese in your mouth while you're prepping dinner, those things add up. Every time you stray off of your plan, or you deviate and start to pick at someone else's plate, or finish the fries off your husband's plate, or work on finishing up what your kids don't eat, all of those things add up. So before you adjust anything, or before you ask me, am I eating enough or too much? I want you to ask yourself, am I really being consistent? If we're talking, say 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, that is 21 opportunities. How many of those am I actually being consistent on? And if it's not up near 20 or 19, then I would go back to that step before worrying about cutting food or adding food or anything like that. Are you being consistent? The last and final thing I would ask you to ask yourself is, are you eating when you're not really hungry? So if you're not getting results, if you are being consistent with your foods, meaning you're doing a great job over 90% of the time at sticking to exactly what you said, I want you to ask yourself, am I eating when I'm actually hungry? This is one of my favorite concepts that I work with my clients, because we are almost like living in this haze or this fog where we're eating because it's lunchtime, and this is just, when we always eat. We eat breakfast when we wake up because that's what we did since we were a kid. We are so focused on eating on a schedule or according to, some other schedule that someone else has made for us, that we never think about if we're hungry. I mean, let's think about it. When we were in elementary school or high school, we ate breakfast, and then we had recess, and then we had lunch, and then we had after school snack, and then we had dinner, and then we had, probably dessert again. But the chance of us being hungry all of those times is highly unlikely. And so much of the time when I'm working with my clients, we don't even realize that we don't remember what it feels like to truly experience hunger. We don't remember what it was like the last time we were hungry. And this is something that I really encourage you to get in touch with. If you're sitting down to eat dinner and you're not even hungry, we have to ask ourselves, why are we eating? This is our body's way of telling us, I have enough fuel right now. I am sated. I am happy. So why are we force feeding ourselves? I hope that makes sense, because one of the most amazing things that you can learn about your body is how to listen to your body, how to tune in, how to understand when your body really needs fuel and what it really needs. Is our body wanting? Is it wanting more water? Is it wanting more fresh vegetables? Is it needing more protein? Am I even hungry? So those are the 3 questions that I want you to ask yourself before you ever say, how much should I be eating? Because the fact is, our bodies are all different. The amount of food that we intake and how much energy our body needs depends on so many things, from, age to gender, to the amount of weight we carry on our body, to the amount of muscle mass we have, to how our metabolism is functioning, to, the amount of food we've eaten in a day and what the macronutrient distribution is. So much is dependent on you as an individual. So to go on Google or to download a meal plan somewhere and expect that, a calculator that you found online tells you how many calories you should eat and how many calories that you need to cut out to lose weight is way too simplistic. The body is an amazing, amazing creation, and it doesn't just work as easy as numbers in, numbers out. It has a lot to do with a lot of other factors, including your hormone profile. And I've talked about that in so many other videos about your hormones and how they actually play a 90% role in whether you're losing weight or gaining weight. So before you go and ask, how much should I really be eating in a day? These are the 3 questions you need to ask yourself. Number 1, am I seeing results? If you say yes, don't change a thing. If you say no, the next question I'm going to get you to ask yourself is, am I being consistent? If I look at how many meals I'm eating in a week, how many of them am I eating what I said I was going to eat, when I said I was going to eat it, and the amount that I said that I was going to eat? How consistent are you really? And then if you find that, no, I'm not getting results and I'm being super consistent, you want to start going inwards. Look at your hunger signals. I want you to start asking, how do I know I'm hungry? If I were to rate hunger on a scale of -10 being like the most hungry I've ever been, and 10 as being so full I feel sick, where are you right now? Actually, answer that for me. Where are you right now? How hungry are you? And then my favorite question is, how do you know? How do you know you are where you are right now? Is it a feeling that you get in your stomach or your chest? Or is it a lightness that you feel, or a bloated sensation that you feel? Like, how do we know how hungry you are? My challenge to you this week is to tune in to the body and your body and figure out if you're really hungry. And then I want you to give it a 3-day challenge this week. And I want you to write them in the comments right now if you are on board with this. But I want you to take 3 days to tune in and only eat when you are hungry. This is a concept, I know that seems just so simplistic, but we don't do it. So that's my challenge for you this week. I would be so excited if you were to try that out and let me know how you enjoyed that. And if this is something you enjoyed, I have a special treat for you. I have listened to what you've been saying, and I know it's really confusing with all the information that's out there right now on, diets, and should we do paleo? Should we do keto? Should we do intermittent fasting? What about carbohydrates? There's been so many questions from you guys that I have listened, and what I've done is I've created a completely free 5-day workshop that starts on Monday, July 30th, and we are doing a 5-day workshop. It's going to run Monday through Friday inside of our She Takes Action Facebook group. I am going to be giving you my carb strategies for fat loss, because I got to tell you, when I learned these strategies, the game completely changed. What I will be covering inside of this workshop, and it's completely free. Not only does it come with daily trainings that are about 15 minutes long, but you get worksheets. You get my trainer notes so that you know exactly what we're doing. I talk about everything from what carbohydrates do to your fat loss hormones. I talk about what time of day is the best day to eat them, the quality of your carbohydrates. What are you pairing your carbohydrates with? Everything you need to know to optimally move in the direction you want to go. I mean, it's as simple as making these changes. And the best part is I give you completely actionable steps that don't take any extra time out of your day. It's not going to take you an extra hour to go shopping for all these things. It is simple shifts that you can make on the day of that are going to change how your body's hormone profile looks like when it comes to carbohydrates. So I'd love to have you for a free workshop. It begins on Monday, July 30th. You can sign up for that workshop at TanessaShears.com/workshop. And after this is done, I'll drop that in the comments there. But like I said, 5 free live trainings, 5 free implementable worksheets. And then when it's all said and done, I'm going to give you the notes that I teach all the trainings off of. So you have your personal workbook, all on how to manage all this confusing information about carbohydrates. I'm going to deliver to you what the current research is saying. I'm going to deliver to you what's working for my clients. I'm going to deliver to you options so that if you're not ready to jump all the way in, what can you do to transition your way so you start feeling better immediately? And I'd love to have you there. I hope you have a beautiful week. TanessaShears.com/workshop. Sign up for it. It's totally free. The replays will be live and waiting for you if you miss one inside of our She Takes Action Facebook group. I'm so excited to see you there. I hope you have a beautiful weekend coming up, and we will talk next time, you guys. I will see you inside that workshop. Take care. Bye-bye.